A very warm welcome to all of you. Now we will learn about the genetics of the inheritance. So welcome to the study of the genetics, the science of heredity. Genetics is concerned primarily with the understanding biological properties that are transmitted from parent to the offspring. And the subject matter of genetics include heredity, the molecular nature of genetic material, the way in which genes, which determine the characteristic of an organism, control the life functions and the distribution and behavior of gene in the population. So genetics is central to the biology because the gene activity underlies all life processes from cell structure and function to the reproduction. So in this lecture we will discuss about the introductory part of the genetics, the contribution of Mendel work, as well as we will discuss some keywords which is frequently used in the genetic study. Genetics is the study of the structure and function of gene. We will discuss more about gene as well as about the Mendelian factors. Earlier, scientists were limited in the type of genetic analysis they could do. So they focus on basic questions about the heredity. Some of them like, is a trait inherited? How is a genetic trait inherited? And how are genes transmitted from one generation to the next generation? How do the genes recombine? And what are the specific location of genes in the chromosome or genome? So these questions are about the subdiscipline of genetics and also known as transmission genetics. You might be ever wonder why you are the only one in your family with your grandfather's nose. The way in which traits are passed from one generation to the next and sometimes skip generations was first explained by the Gregor Mendel. By experimenting the pea plant breeding, Mendel developed three principles of inheritance that describe the transmission of genetic traits before anyone knew the gene existed. So Mendel insight greatly expanded and the understanding of genetic inheritance and led to the development of new experimental methods. So our modern understanding of how trait may be inherited through generations come from the principle proposed by the Gregor Mendel in 1865. However, Mendel didn't discover these foundational principles of inheritance by studying human beings, but rather by studying Pisum sativum or the common pea plant. Indeed, after 8 years of tedious experiments with these pea plants and by his own admission, some courage to persist with them, Mendel proposed three foundational principles of inheritance, which will be discussed in this lecture. Before proceeding for in the more detail in the genetics study, we should acquainted with the some keywords which is frequently used in the genetics. So you often found the traits. So trait is also a character. It is the characteristic of an individual. So some traits are heritable. They are transmitted from generation to generation while others are not heritable. Gene or Mendelian factor. So a gene is a sequence of nucleotide that is DNA or RNA, forming part of the chromosome that encode the synthesis of a gene product. Either it may be RNA or protein. So traits are directly under the control of genes. The gene are the segment of a DNA, and each gene contains information about a certain trait. So genes are transcribed and translated by the cell to make the protein. The protein create a visual phenotypes. For example, one gene might code for the eye color. So gene is used by cell to make protein which create green pigment in our eye. You should acquainted with the genotype and phenotype, which is frequently used in the study of genetics. So genotype is the genetic constitution of an organism, whereas the phenotype is the observable characteristic of the organism. So the gene gives the potential for the development of the traits. So this potential often is affected by interaction with other genes and with the environment. So phenotype may be visible, for example, an eye color, or not readily visible but measurable. For example, a molecular characteristic such as blood type or an altered protein or enzyme. So the phenotype of an organism produced by the interaction between its genotype and the environment. So this picture clearly demonstrates the relationship between genotype and phenotype. So genotype with environmental conditions create a phenotype, and the individual with the same genotype can have different phenotype, and individual with the same phenotype may have different genotype. Allele. Allele, one of two or more alternative form of a single gene that can exist at the same locus in the genome. All the allele of a gene determine the same heredity traits. For example, seed color. But each has a unique nucleotide sequence which may result in different phenotype. For example, yellow or green seed. So here is the chromosome that has a allele 1 and allele 2. We can represent the allele, one allele through the A and another allele by the small a. So this allele is can be homozygous, can be heterozygous, or homozygous recessive. So recessive and dominant characteristic we will see in the next slide. So the homozygous is describing a diploid organism having the same allele at one or more genetic loci and therefore producing gamete of identical genotype. And the heterozygous describing a diploid organism having different allele of one or more gene and therefore producing gamete of the different genotypes. So homologous refer to gene that have arisen from a common ancestral gene over evolutionary time. It also used in reference to protein encoded by homologous genes. And the homologous chromosome are two pieces of DNA within a diploid organism which carry the same genes, one from each parental sources. So dominant describes an allele or phenotype that is expressed in either the homozygous or heterozygous state. Dominant can be expressed in the homozygous as well as heterozygous state, and due to the presence of dominant allele, it expresses their phenotype, and the recessive describing an allele or phenotype that is expressed only in the homozygous state. It cannot express their phenotype in the heterozygous state. So this is the example of homozygous allele, and this is the combination of the homozygous recessive allele, and this is the combination of heterozygous allele. Genetic loci is the position of a gene on a genetic map, the specific place on a chromosome where a gene is located. A locus is any chromosomal location that exhibits variation detectable by genetic or molecular analysis. In this picture, we can see the two gene locus. One gene is responsible for the eye color, which is located in this specific position, whereas another gene which is responsible for the hazel hair color, and it can be located at this position. Gametes. Gametes are mature reproductive cell that is specialized for sexual fusion. Each gamete is haploid and fused with a cell of similar origin but of opposite sex to produce a diploid zygote. And a zygote is the cell produced by the fusion of male and female gametes. So here this picture illustrates the male and female gametes. The female produce egg and male can produce the sperm. The egg and sperm are the example of the gametes, and their fusion can produce a zygote. The zygote can differentiate and form a whole organism. The diploid, which is represented by the 2n, and here n is the number of chromosome. So a cell or an individual with two copies of each chromosome is called diploid, whereas haploid is denoted by the n, and a cell or an individual with one copy of each nuclear chromosome can be called as the haploid. So in this picture, we can understand the diploid and haploid state of the male and female. So male produce gamete, which is called as sperm, and female produce gamete, which is called eggs. So the germ cells is a diploid state. In the diploid state, that produce sperms after the meiosis process, which is also called reductional division. So during the meiosis, the diploid cell form two cells, and these two cells have n number of chromosome, means a single copy of homologous chromosome in its haploid state. So a sperm have a single or one copy of a chromosome, whereas the germ cells of female, which is have two copy of each chromosomes, undergo to the meiosis process for the production of egg, and in the meiosis process, when two eggs are produced and these two eggs have a n number of chromosomes and n number of alleles. Cross is a mating between two individuals leading to the fusion of gametes, and the fusion of gamete can lead to the production of zygote. The breeding is a sexual reproduction that produces offspring, and it can occur between a male and a female animal or plant. So when a sexual reproduction between a male and a female animal or plant is occurred, that is called the parental generation in the breeding experiment and denoted by the P generation. It produces the offspring or progeny called F1 generation or first filial generation. So the progeny of mating of individuals of the P generation is called F1 generation, and when the progeny resulting from the interbreeding of F1 generation, it can be denoted as F2 generations, or it is also called the second filial generation. So these are the references where you can find more about, you can learn more about the genetics. I will refer you to go for the iGenetics book, which is written by the Russell, and also you can go for the another article like Gregor Mendel and the Principle of Inheritance, which is published in the Nature. All, or you can go for the Evolutionary Genetics, which is published by the Oxford University Press. So these books and article can help to understand the genetics in more details.